Next we'll look at the Comstock mine, site number EC0204.
In 1999, we are at the Comstock mine, which is south of Dixie, and is getting close to the end of the road. We'll be going down to the swastika, which is the last one down here. This is EC0204, and there's a small complex. This is actually built. Okay, we're looking at probably where the attic came out. I think we got an old report that says it was to the right of the outhouse, which is about where we are. Trench goes back in there a ways. This is totally caved. We'll zoom back through there, see if we can see anything at all for you. Probably not much. It's been redeveloped in here, there's no doubt about it. But give you an idea perspective-wise, there's the outhouse and the little shack right to it. So as you're looking at the outhouse, the attic is about 25 feet to the right of it. There's a bunch of roots and so on growing in right where the entrance would have come out. There's a brown bottle laying right at the mouth of where the thing is. It's totally dry, not much to see. 1999, we're looking at the Comstock Mill, which is down below the Comstock mine south of Dixie, Idaho. And this looks like one of those custom built to order type mills. There's a fair amount of history on this. Round nails, tar paper, needle and knob wiring, so can't be too very old, probably the 20s, somewhere in there, but we've got a good history on this. Okay, you can see it's obviously gravity feed, and we're down at the base. We're going to, that's actually about all there is to see at the mill. We're not that particularly interested in the mill, but what went through it. Now if you look out here, where I'm standing right at the base of the mill, there's a kind of a bench, totally overgrown, which could be part of the waste rock, I guess, that came out of this mill. Now you come out here to the edge, it looks almost like a waste dump. It's a fairly finely ground up stuff. You come out here to the edge and you can see there's a prong that goes on out like you would have on a waste dump. And then there's a definite ledge about 4 feet thick that goes along through here. And then a flat area down there that's got fine material, looks like a lot of fine material. We're going to dig a little hole in there with a stick and see what we can find. As there's a barrel stove, for example, for scale. Now over to the, let me see, I guess that's the east of the mill, or just the east of the bottom. There's another building, which is probably their assay shack. Wall falling against a tree there, again in ruins. There's some brick, fire brick in there that might have been part of a chimney for a small assay operation in here. And we're going to shut off for a second and go over on the west side of the. Okay, we're looking down to the west side of the mill down there, and you can see the fallen down structures of looks like a couple cabins down in there, which is probably where somebody was living. Now there's a little drainage right there that's on the west side of the mill, and there's another one that's on the east side of the mill. I moved you back so you're looking at the west side of the mill, and all of the good concrete footings. They had some big equipment in here. You can see why that's good concrete, and the whole rest of the structure is collapsed. We want to like to compare this with the pictures we took a couple years ago, and so you can see by the lean on it that this whole thing here one winter is going to come tumbling down. All right, we've climbed up to the top of the mill now. Gives you an idea of what the overview looks like. Here's the main road that comes in. This goes down the hill. We'd be headed towards the swastika if we went down this way. See what is probably a water pipe coming out of the bank there. Probably goes, yeah, it goes across the road, comes out right there. Again, the old fallen down bottoms down there. Now, right out from there, if you walk right out there into the trees about 50 feet or so, is where, in that clear spot down there, is where we got those tailings, the tailing sample from. And if you look over to the left, right down in there, is the collapsed assay building that we got the pictures of down below. I'm going to try to get these ones over here on, oh yeah, here's something interesting. Here's the barrel staves from their water tank. So it probably was one of these custom mills that they bought. You can see them laying there, and that was the size of their water tank that sat there. Well, I can't see those other little buildings, which are actually over on the other side and down the hill from the water tanks there a ways. The tailings end right over there where the assay shack was. They go out probably another 30 feet beyond the end of the assay shack, and they form kind of a big concentric pile, as you would expect out there, with a level of coarser material, looks like, on the top from the base of the mill out, and then you go down a little wall, if you will. It's about 3 feet high, and then onto a flat that goes out for about another 25 or 30 feet that's got the fine material on it. And we took a sample on that. We run out of sample bottles, so we're not going to do any water sampling in here. We want to get a sample back from this thing here, and as we'll be doing more work in here next summer, if we need to, we'll come back in and do some more exhaustive water sampling program right in this area.